Chapter 7, Lesson 6. Today we're going to be talking about rate of change and slope. We are going to skip this warm-up because I think you guys have had plenty of practice with graphing on a coordinate plane. So a few vocabulary words we're going to be talking about today: rate of change, rise, run, and slope. So the rate of change is a ratio that compares the amount of change in a dependent variable to the amount of change in an independent variable. The rates of change for a set of data may vary or they may be constant. Okay, so for these first set of examples, we're going to determine whether the rates of change are constant or variable. So constant meaning it increases by the same amount each time, or it multiplies by the same amount each time, or it can change. So to do this, we're going to define the difference between the consecutive data points. So from 0 to 1, from 1 to 3, from 3 to 5, from 5 to 8. 0 to 2, 2 to 6, 6 to 10, 10 to 16. And we see that it's plus 1, plus 2, plus 2, plus 3, plus 2, plus 4, plus 4, plus 6. So we're going to find each ratio in the change from in y to the change in x. So from 2 to 1 is 2, 4 to 2, so we're just comparing the changes. 2 to 1, 4 to 2, 4 to 2, 6 to 3. So we're looking for if that ratio is the same each time or if it is variable. So the rates of change are constant because the ratio reduces to 2 for each of them. So we're going to do the same thing for this one. Look at the difference between each data point in x and each data point in y. And then we're going to find the ratio of change: 2 to 2, 4 to 1, 0 to 2, 3 to 3. And we see that these ratios are different. They are not constant. So 1, 4, 0, and 1. So we will say the rates of change are variable. Okay, so go ahead and start this one on your own. Right, you should find the difference between each of the data points. And then we're going to compare them, y over x. 2 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1, 4 to 1. And they're mostly constant except for this one. And they need to all be constant to be considered constant. So this one is variable. So we're going to show rates of change on a graph. So we'll plot the data points and connect them with line segments. Data in a graph is always read from left to right, of course. The constant rate of change is a line called, this is called the slope of the line. So these are your 3 other definitions. So go ahead and pause here to copy down your definitions. And you want to copy down this formula as well. If a diagram at the right helps you, see the rise is where you go up or down, and then the run where you go right or left, showing the rise over run, which is our slope, to create this line. So we're going to find the slope of the line. In order to do this, we're going to begin at one point and count vertically to find the rise. Okay, so we can start at any point. So 1, 2, for example. We're going to find the rise, And then we're going to go either right or left to where we meet the line again. So we rose 2 points and we went to the right 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So that means our rise over run, 2 over 4, is 1 over 2. So that means our slope is 1/2. Okay, so we'll do again, and we want to start at a point where the line passes through. Okay, so we could use this point here, and we would go up. We could go up just 2 and over 2, or we could go up these 4 points and then over 4 until we reach the line again. Anywhere where you can go up a certain amount of lines and then over to meet the line. So we went 4 over 4, we could have gone 2 over 2 or even 1 over 1, and we know that our slope is 1. Okay, so we're going to find the value of A if the slope is 2 over 3. So a rise over run, is 2 over 3. So this would be considered a rise, this 6, because it's going up. So we want to figure out the run, how far it goes over. So that's going to be our unknown. We can set up a proportion and cross multiply 2 times A and 3 times 6. So we get 2A is 18, which means A is 9. Sorry, I went through that pretty quickly. So A is 9 here. Okay, we're going to use this again. This time we're finding our rise, and we have our run. So using the slope, -1 over 2, we're going to take A and substitute it where the rise would be in the numerator. And our -4 is the run, how far it goes over, left or right. So that that's going to be -4. We're going to cross multiply. And don't forget this negative. Okay, you can make the 1 negative, or you can make the 2 negative. Looks like here they made the 2 negative. So -2 times A and 1 times -4. So -2 equals -4. Divide both sides by -2, and we have A equals 2. Alright, again, our slope is 2 over 5. Rise over run is 2. Rise is 2. Run is 5. So we're going to use this 10. This 10 is a rise. Rise goes up or down, and run goes left or right, and that would be our A. So we're going to substitute that in, cross multiply, and divide both sides by 2. We get 25 for A. Alright, here's your lesson quiz, part 1. So these are like their first set of examples. You're going to find the difference between each data point and then create a ratio between those differences, y over x, and decide whether it is a constant ratio or if it changes, if it's variable. So go ahead and pause here to complete this part of your lesson quiz, and then I'll show you part 2. Right, here's part 2. You're finding the slope of the line and then using the slope to find this unknown A. We'll go over these in class.